shit sorted out. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Metal Hunter. My name is Luke. If this is your first time here, thanks for turning up. If it's not, thanks for turning up as well. I've got a collection update. I've gotten a stack of wax platters, vinyl, over the last couple of weeks, and I thought I'd share them with you. Also got a couple of tapes as well. Now, I don't own a tape player, but I was doing an order from a label, and this particular band that I ordered, I'll do them first. So I'll go through them. I won't be like fucking weird and like be like, ooh, what band is it? So I'll start with the tapes because there's only two of them. I'll get them out of the way. So I got two molds, Manner of Infinite Forms. If we can avoid that. Fuck yeah, how good's that reflection? This was one of my favorite albums from last year. I bought it on CD a couple of weeks after it came out, and it blew me away. Incredible death metal. And I also got their new album, Planetary Clairvoyance, on tape. Got that on the green. Sweet J card in there as well. You guys know what a J card looks like, so I don't really need to pull it out. So I also got Manner of Infinite Forms on vinyl. Now this is on, I think this is the fourth pressing from them, because this album just fucking sells out really quickly because they're poster boys. It's on a nice clear splatter. Exciting. It's exciting for me. I mean, I really love Tomb Mold. I love their album from this year, which is Planetary Clairvoyance, which you can't see because it's got plastic around it. So I'll pull that out. Incredible artwork. I'm hoping that a little bit of their hype dies down. Not to say that it's not a good thing, but everyone who loves death metal is really talking about these guys. So I hope that they don't burn out or anything like that. But I mean, they released an album last year. They released a tape as well this year, or last year, maybe late last year. And then they've released another album, which is obviously this one. So a very quick turnover for those guys, and it's all quality. It's quality and quantity. So this album is a little bit more clear. Definitely with the guitar solos are much more prominent within the mix. And I look forward to new albums from them. So $20 spin was where I got those from, which is the label that they're on. I also got the Planetary Clairvoyance CD as well, which is in my car, and I mean, you guys know what a CD looks like. I suppose I say that, but which kind of negates the fact that I should even show you any of these, but whatever. Rob Zombie. This is Venomous Rat Regeneration Vendor, 2012, I think this one came out. It's got an amazing gatefold there with some women and titties. Just a black vinyl, so you guys know what that looks like. I'm a huge fan of Rob Zombie and White Zombie. His filmmaking is incredible. His music's incredible. So yeah, I was pretty happy to pick that up. I think it was only $30 or something like that. So I'm currently saving for a house with my wife. So she's basically said to me, like, I need to go on a budget for music, which is fine. So I've decided that with my budget, I'm only going to focus on vinyl. I've got plenty of CDs. Streaming is great. And I don't really need to buy movies. Like, I love horror movies, so I don't really need to buy them because there's a lot of streaming services, for now at least, until we buy a house. So with one of my first weeks of budget, I managed to get a couple of albums. So I got Slayer's Seasons in the Abyss. This is a 2013 repressing from American Recordings. It's just on a standard 180 gram black pressing. Nothing really to write home about, but I do love Slayer. Bit bummed that they're breaking up, but or retiring, as it were. I did get to see them in Sydney on one of their last, or if not their last show in Australia. I also picked up, this is the first album I've picked up from these guys on vinyl. but I do love them. Suffocation, Effigy of the Forgotten. This is a 2016 repress, I want to say, from Listenable Records, and it's on a gorgeous see-through, or almost see-through green. Sounds absolutely devastating. Almost demolished my speakers when I first listened to it the other week when I got it. I do love Suffocation. I love American death metal is like probably one of my favorite genres. You know, Death, Morbid Angel, Obituary, Deicide, Monstrosity, Malevolent Creation. All those bands are like really huge in my catalog, and that's why I picked this one up. So it's 2017 album Obituary, self-titled. It's just the black pressing from Relapse Records. It's got an incredible embossed cover there. Looks really amazing. I've got it on CD, but you know, if you love an album, you got to have it on vinyl, right? Okay, so I traded in a bunch of my music to Hiss and Crackle Records, which I've spoken about before. Mitch down there is incredible. And so I traded in a couple of hundred CDs, just music that I wasn't listening to, a lot of classic rock and things like that, and got a bunch of vinyl. So I got Enthroned's newest album. So this album is called Cold Black Suns. It's called. I didn't even know this was out until I saw it in there. I was like, oh shit. And I actually thought that they were only self-releasing it, so I thought you could only get it from the band. But this was pressed through Season of Mist. There's only 350 or 250, 350 copies worldwide of this one. This is the exclusive silver press. It is a vicious as fuck album. I've listened to it through maybe twice or three times since getting it. I've only got a couple of things from Enthroned. I'm not super familiar with their back catalogue, but I think I heard a track a little while ago, and I was like, holy damn, like from this album, I was like, holy damn, or unholy damn, I should say. I'm going to need to get that in my collection, and fortunately it was part of the trade. It's a band called Storm of Light. Take the fucking plastic off. You'd think I'd get good at this. Incredible doom, just like really slow shit. It's amazing music. I've got this on CD, but once again, as I said, I'll said it before, I'll say it again. If you love something, it's always best to own it on vinyl, especially when the vinyl looks as fucking gorgeous as this one. Now, the excellent thing about this, I love it when bands do this. Okay, so when they release a double LP, and they press two different colors on each LP. If I can get the fucking asshole out of there. This one's on a red and black. If you guys haven't seen my episode about doom bands that you should check out, you probably should go and watch that. This is a band that I can't remember if they made the list, but if they didn't, they are probably just outside of the 20 bands that you should check out. I'm pretty sure I mentioned these guys and girl. Just have to clarify because I love Gina Gleason. I did a reaction to one of their songs, Baroness. Now, John Baisley. I forgot his name for a second. John Baisley did an incredible job on the artwork of this album. It's just the first press gatefold on black. It also has. This is probably my favorite thing about this is the actual booklet that comes with the CD. It has artwork to go with each lyric. So half of the booklet is black, and then half of the booklet is white with corresponding lyrics and artwork to go with it. Absolutely gorgeous. I haven't actually listened to this one yet. I'm planning on taking a seat and just really kind of like letting it envelop me, because that's what the last album did for me, Purple, which is one of my favorite albums of all time. So looking forward to really like sinking my teeth into that. But, you know, being an adult, a pretty hopeless adult, shit gets in the way, like work and wives and friends and shit like that, so you don't always get a chance to listen to everything. This one is, I was put off by the album cover when I first saw it. I was like, oh, that seems a little bit like it's a little bit too CGI kind of thing. I prefer a painted album cover, but I do love the band. One of those thrash metal bands that have just been around forever. They are so consistent with their material. This album is no different. Humanicide by Death Angel. This one came out this year on Nuclear Blast Records. This is the double LP gatefold, just on black. It's also got an etching on side D. Very, very great. Like, it's an excellent album. But the album cover work was just like, it's just a little bit too computer generated. Maybe it was painted. I don't know. I'm sure that someone will let me know. Anyway, next up is probably the most expensive record out of this stack, and in fact, I've since put this album into my Discogs since getting it, and it actually would fall into the category of my last video, most expensive records. It would probably actually drop into 4 or 5. And it is Death Breath, Stinking Up the Night. So this is a first press on black. I actually don't think that they've done a repress or anything like that. On the inside, it's got the gatefold if it wants to fold out. It's got Death Breath. Little dude there, I guess, whoever the fuck he is. Incredible band. They only released this album and EP, and I think there was like maybe a 7-inch with like 1 track on it somewhere. But this is their only full length. Absolutely crushing. Think Dismember, Entombed, Swedish death metal. So fucking good. In fact, if someone was like, introduced me to Swedish death metal, I don't know if I'd always go to bands like Dismember and Entombed. I might even just hand them this. Not this copy though, because it's very expensive. Okay, so I think everyone already knows this on my channel that I'm a huge Ozzy Osbourne fan. I was bummed out when he didn't make it to download this year. Hopefully he'll be in good health and he'll be able to return to Australia soon, because I've never seen him live. I got Blizzard of Oz. Now this is a first press Australian Jet Records pressing. It's in pretty decent condition. Bit of love up here. Very happy to have that. I've got most of his stuff, and I actually grabbed this, and on the way home I was thinking to myself, fuck, I'm pretty sure I've already got this on vinyl, but I actually just own it twice on CD. So that's where my confusion came from. Okay, this is a band that I loved when I was a kid, stopped liking them because of members in the band and how fucking big their mouths are, and I had accumulated a couple of their records, but I think I gave them away because they were just like, I just wasn't listening to them. Anyway, I've decided to start collecting them again, which is a very dangerous thing because they have such a fucking huge back catalogue. So many different presses, so many different fucking things. It's Kiss Dynasty. This motherfucker puts his name, or the Kiss name, and his face on everything. It's a pretty good time to get a bit of indigestion. Fuck yeah. Awesome. Love it when my body just decides to do whatever the fuck it wants while I'm trying to do something. Okay, so I mentioned these guys in the most expensive albums or LPs on the last video, and I thought I was going to get a little bit of hate for them. Didn't really happen, so let's see if I get a bit of hate for this one, because this is one of their more polarizing kind of albums, which is Ghost Prequel. This is their, I think, came out last year. Yeah, last year. Now, this is just a black pressing, came out on Lorna Vista and Spine Farm Records. It sounds amazing on vinyl. It was one of my albums from last year. It's just so fucking easy to listen to, which obviously isn't always the best thing when you're listening to metal, but, you know, I'm a human. I like melody. I like pop. I like something that will catch in my head. And Tobias has written some incredible songs in the past. I think that this album was a culmination of the most straightforward popular music that he could do. So mainstream, I guess you'd say. My wife likes this album, which is saying something because she doesn't really like metal. But I always thought that Ghosts were a great band that basically they took And Justice for All on the Black Album, took the riffs out of those and then turned them into their own songs, and then incorporated 70s hard rock and satanic rock and shit like that. So there's definitely some riffs in there. Tobias knows how to write a riff. And his other band, which is Repugnant. Fuck me, they're pretty sure it's called they're called Repugnant. I watched an interview with him and he was talking about his old death metal band. And I was like, fuck off. This dude does not have a death metal band. And he said, I'm pretty sure it was either Repugnant or Repugnancy, but I'll drop a link down below. And fuck, dude, like, holy shit, so heavy, so good. I just got, like, totally hyperbolic. Yeah, bro. Now, this one turned up this morning, and this one is a white whale. It's not a first press, but I don't have... I'm not a rich man. I like to buy whatever I can afford. This is one of the first black metal albums I ever owned on CD. One of the first black metal bands I ever heard. When it comes to like true black metal, not just Cradle of Filth. And it's a band called Immortal, Battles in the North. Now, this one is a 2011 Osmos Productions repress. It is beautiful. It's so well done. Such a high quality cardboard. All the lyrics there. And it wouldn't be... I just don't think it'd be right if this was pressed on a black album. On a black wax, I should say, if I can get my fucking words out. Because, I mean, that album is white as fuck. Actually, sorry, this is a 2010 repress, rather. Not 2011, if I can get my shit right. Battles in the North. I love Abath. Splish Splash, I was taking a bath. His newest album is fucking incredible. And I love everything he did with Immortal. So very, very stoked to get this one. This literally came in the mail this morning, and I've since worked, and now I'm in my office, and I'll probably play this while I do other shit. So that's my collection update. Let me know down in the comments which one you're most impressed with, or fucking, I don't know, tell me whatever you want. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it. And I'll probably see you guys soon. Or you'll see me, as it were, because you guys are stupid enough to turn on YouTube and spend your time with me. So I do appreciate it. Yeah, go and follow me on Instagram. I need all the validation I can get because I'm a fucking man-child. All right. I've been Luke, Metal Hunter, etc., etc. Bye.